languages in my country, but the population is a 77.4 million people, and but we speak 242 languages just in Congo. See, if you add a dialect, but that brings us to 700 different languages. Just imagine when you go to Lancaster, right? But you have to learn the language they speak in Lancaster. Right. Because if you don't learn the Lancaster languages, you won't find a job. The tribes, but we have over 200 tribes in the Congo. My tribe is a Bayombe. We are a majority in Southern Africa. And the most dictators for you see on TV, they are from the Bayombe tribe. In Congo, what makes you an American citizen?
When you're born here.
When you're born here. Because according to the Constitution, if you're born here, you are American citizen automatically, right? If you don't mind, I'm gonna take my suit off, and don't worry, I won't take off my clothes. I wanna show you what makes me Congolese. Not only because I was born in the Congo, you see for this little symbol here. Every child born in the Congo, you have to have this way to prove your ID as a Congolese. So anybody can say, I was born in the Congo, right? All right, show me proof. Here, this is my proof. Next time you meet somebody from Congo, ask them, what is your symbol of a Congolese? Some people have it here, some people have it here. So it's a different, but can you imagine, when you're born here and they kind of do something for you, to make you more American, right? So that's a little bit of the history of Congo, and this next slide. I have to go back. Yes, I'm learning. Okay, we must be here. So this is my brother and me. As you just say, I'm more handsome than my brother. Hey, I'm just saying. Right? So, my brother, he's my youngest brother. We were five boys. Just imagine 4 brothers like a World War VI in the house. We jumped from a World War III to 6. We fight all the time. We had a dog. But mom said, okay, I'm going to keep you guys busy. I'm going to get you a dog. Okay, cool. But the dog, her name was Milo. Milo came in the house. We all start claiming Milo. Oh, that's my dog. I'm going to walk him. Mom said, you know what? I'm going to give the dog away because I'm not buying 5 dogs in this house. So, but the dog was given away. Sad news. Close. My brother, he's in Kinshasa. Kinshasa is the capital city of Congo. He's in the University of Kinshasa, but he's studying the environment, but he's a sophomore. So, as you can see, when he was close, he also don't walk around naked. And he called himself Big Boss. I said, Miguelo, you are unemployed. How can you call yourself Big Boss? I'm paying for your education. You don't have a job. Oh my God. Like I was having nightmares. Like he called himself Big Boss. He even put in a picture, Big Boss. But that's him. He's funny. And then, of course, that's me. Wearing a clothes, that's an African clothes. That's how businessmen wear clothes in Africa. So next one is, oh man, technology, right? So we don't wear these clothes. We don't walk around with the spears, looking somebody to stop. We don't do that. This some people can compare as a Amish. You guys know the Amish, right? But most of them live in Lancaster. But they walk around with the horse, all that kind of stuff, farming. If I'm sitting in Congo and I'm watching that, I would think what? Oh, Americans just start running around with the horses. You see, that's not true, right? It's just a little, fraction, a group, of a tribe, or that's what they do. I came here, I drove, and I saw cars. I didn't see horses here, right? So, no, yes, no. This is my opinion, no and yes. And the next one, it's a women's clothes. You see, Africans, typical, beautiful African women don't walk around with a mess in the neck. Because I call this mess. You see, but we live in the 21st century, right? So we don't walk around, covering ourselves like this. No. This is how typical African women wear clothes. And young Africans wear clothes like that. Pants, high heels, all those things. And do you guys recognize her?
Yes.
Lupita? Yeah. What move she was on? 12 years slavery. Yes. So she's Africans, and the beautiful African women don't wear wigs. They don't walk around with the wigs, and sometimes for you shake your head, and then for you drop it, you pick it up. All those things. No, I'm just saying. Hey guys, I'm telling you my life. You see, things are so. Like, just imagine walking on the streets, and then for you shake your head, and for you drop it, and pick it up, you put it back on again, and keep going on the business. It's time consuming, So, it's and houses. You see, I'm taller than this house. No, just think about it. I'm taller than the house. So that's not my house. This is my house. As a kid, I used to play soccer in my bedroom. See, I got my friends, which are my brothers, and we were playing soccer because that's how big my bedroom was. You see, back here, but we have 46 acres of land? But we have a lot of cars. Imagine I learned how to drive at the age of 10 in Africa. I never learned how to ride the horses. I wish I could. But traffic, right? When people ask, how will we get around, okay? This traffic, as you can see in Kinshasa, is so busy. People walking away from the cars. They say, okay, this traffic looks like I'll be here. It's going to be like this for 1 week. So I'm going to get on the car and go home. We're going to make dinner. And a couple days later, I will come pick my car up. See? Because by then, it will still be sitting there. This is not even the main highway in the Congo. This is like a Route 30, Market Street. See? So for we get around with the transportation, for we use a car, but don't get me wrong, there's still faction of a village, people, the tribe, still hold on the tradition, but they have nothing to do with modernization. That's okay, but that's very, very small minority. Oh man, go back there again. Food. Imagine, like what we just said, what we have in Africa, in the Congo, but we have 200 different tribes, right? Each tribe have their own dish. Each tribe have their own food. I grew up a vegetarian because their religion believe all that kind of stuff. Now I'm a vegan. I came to the United States and as a vegetarian, and the people trying to feed me hamburger. I say, you know what? I'm gonna call my mom. I call mom, and the mom starts sending me food from Africa. Hey. I was like, they trying to feed me hot dog. Just imagine eating hot dog. So, hey, I'm just saying. So, food, but we eat a lot of different food, as you can see the pictures. This is fufu. Fufu is very popular in Africa, originated in Congo. So, but we eat a lot of fufu and there's soup, all those things. And next one is injera. Anybody been to Ethiopian restaurant? Ethiopian, oh, great. Have you had injera? Great. Do you like it? Cool. So that's injera, originated from Ethiopia. And this one is matapa, is originated in Mozambique. So even food, but you can see the difference between food and how they eat it. Next one is Ghana. Ghana curry is anybody from Ghana? Oh, Ghana. So you know curry goats, right? Have you had it before?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad. So, but we have a Cebu J, Senegal, rice and fish. Next one. So, oh man, a little bit of the history of Congo. Some news when you hear on the TV about Congo, some of them are true, but some of them are not true. As usual, but we're talking about social media. Congo, we have been going through the civil war that started in 1997. The civil war already take almost 10 million people. So since 1997, Mobutu was in power. Your parents will know who Mobutu was. But Mobutu was in power for 32 years. He got in office since 1965, I think. And he was deposed by a guy named Laurent Desire Kabila. Laurent Desire Kabila, supported by the United States. Great, United States always support us. So he came in and then they kicked Mobutu out, and the civil war started. But here's the interesting thing about the civil war. In Congo, we don't give God the power over creation in my tribe. We don't walk around saying, God created me. God made me. We don't say that in my tribe. It's illegal. We said, my mom made me. Because my mom, I don't know why your mom went through. Maybe when you were born, in 20 months later, or maybe 1 month you were born. But my mom, based on what my mom went through, that convinced me to believe that I'm here in this world because my mother. Congo, we respect our women. We respect mothers, but we give them the power of creating a, human being. Of course, we love our fathers too, but our mom took like a 90% of the responsibility of our well-being. When rebels came, everybody know that in Africa, Congolese respects for the women. Africa, we are divided with the religions, the tribe, all those things. In some area in Africa, they don't respect the women. Women are seen as a second-class citizen. Women are viewed as a pre-existence condition. Being a woman automatically put you below of a man, of anything. In some societies in Africa. And you see that driven by religion and cultures. We don't have that in the Congo. When the rebels came, invaded Congo, Congo was invaded by 8 different countries when Mobutu left. What they did was, since we had a strong army supported by the United States, we were kicking the butt, man. We were beating these 8 different group of people in our country. And they came up with a strategy. The strategy was rape. They started raping our women in the Congo. Just imagine for you sitting in your house and the soldier just broke through.